بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear students in Prep 3, Grade 9, language schools and O-level schools. Today, inshallah, we will answer a new model exam according to the new specification from the Ministry of Education. The first question, as usual, is the dialogue. And I advised you before, my dear students, to read the dialogue as a whole before you start answering the first item. Let's start with the first part. A passenger is talking to a clerk at the station. Reading the title of the conversation is very important because it gives you some information about the subject matter of the conversation or the dialogue in general. So here, as you know, as you see that the dialogue is in a railway station. A passenger is talking to a clerk at the station. Passenger, I want a ticket to Luxor, please. Here, the answer, the ticket is £100. So the passenger is asking about the price of the ticket. So the suggested answer could be, how much is it? Or you can say, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? How much does it cost? Okay. The ticket is £100. Okay, here is the money. Another question and the answer. The train leaves at half in half an hour. So when does the train leave? When does the train when does train leave? The train leaves in half an hour. It takes 15 hours to arrive there. How long? So he's asking about the duration of the journey. How long does it take to arrive to Luxor? How long? How long does it take to arrive to Luxor? It takes 15 hours to arrive there. Does it stop at all stations? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It stops in big cities only. Which platform does it leave from? You can suggest any answer here. It leaves from platform 7. It leaves from platform 7, for example. Now the second question, read and complete the text with words from the following list. Make, games, get up, do, in, at. My name is Muhammad. I live a small village. I live in. I live in a small village near Mansoura. At the weekend, I usually the same things. I usually do the same things. On Saturdays at 7 a.m. I get up. Get up at 7 a.m. Then I always do my homework after breakfast. At lunchtime, I visit my cousins. We like to eat together. Then in the afternoon, I often play space with my cousins. I often play games. End of the second question. Now let's go to the third question, that is the comprehension passage. Let's read it first. Read the following, then answer the questions. Concorde, the world's fastest passenger plane, was developed by France and Britain together. They both dreamed of having a supersonic plane. Supersonic here means أسرع من الصوت. And the project started in 1962. They have spent 1.5 billion on developing the Concorde, and it was tested for over 5,000 hours. The first passenger plane was introduced by British Airways and Air France in 1976. The Concorde holds many world records, including the fastest crossing of the Atlantic Ocean from New York to London, which was achieved in 2 hours 45 seconds. The second record, flying at twice the speed of sound, means that flying time was reduced by half, which is why the Concorde flight between London and New York is used by a lot of business people and film stars. You can leave Britain at 10:30 a.m. and arrive in New York an hour earlier. 20 planes have been built up to the present day, but there are no plans to build any more. Each plane is produced at a cost of 55 million, which makes them very expensive. They stopped using Concorde aircraft in 2003. Now to the questions. The underlined word supersonic means slower than sound, faster than sound, superhero, lower speed. Of course, as I told you, supersonic means أسرع من الصوت, so faster than sound. This is the right answer. Yes, if you take the Concorde from London at 10:30 a.m., you reach New York at 9:30 a.m., 11:30, 12:30, 1:30 p.m. Okay, as if we want to make sure we have to return back to the text here, it takes 2 hours and 45. So the Concorde holds many world records, including the fastest crossing of the Atlantic Ocean from New York to London, which was achieved in 2 hours 45 seconds. So if it leaves at 10:30, so it will arrive at 12:30 p.m. The ocean is between Britain and New York, the Pacific, Indian, Atlantic, Antarctic. Of course, the Atlantic Ocean. What is the Concorde? The Concorde is a supersonic plane. It is the Concorde is a supersonic plane. Supersonic plane. Did the Concorde hold any world records? Mention one of them. Of course, yes, the fastest crossing of the Atlantic Ocean from New York to London in 2 hours 45 seconds. Here, if we return back to the text, we will find the answers here. New York to London was achieved in 2 hours. The fastest. And we say here, yes. Did the Concorde hold any world records? Mention one of them. Yes, it holds the fastest crossing of the Atlantic Ocean from New York to London, which was achieved in 2 hours 45 seconds. Why do you think the Concorde was tested for over 5,000 hours? This kind of question was not mentioned directly in the passage, so you have to think about the answers. Of course, because they wanted to make sure if it is a safe plane for passenger. They wanted to make sure. You think the Concorde was tested for over 5 hours, was tested for over 5,000 hours, because they wanted to make sure that it is a safe plane for passengers. This is the last question of the passage. Yes, now to the multiple choice, vocabulary and structure. The opposite of the verb respond is reply, request, ignore, repair. The respond means يستجيب. So the opposite of the verb respond is ignore, يتجاهل. Yes. The synonym of the word upset is satisfied, pleased, content, disappointed. Of course, the synonym مرادف كلمة upset is disappointed. To give the opposite of the word comfortable, we add the prefix comfortable, uncomfortable, uncomfortable. We add the suffix NESS to the word dark to get a noun, verb, adjective, adverb. Of course, when we say darkness, it's a noun. An is someone who studies, works with, who studies, works with, or teaches math. Of course, the mathematician. Mathematician is the person who studies and works with or teaches math. Egypt has a vast area of desert. About 96% of Egypt is desert. What does vast mean? Not big, a large amount, very small, not enough. Vast means, of course, a large amount. Now to the last question, or the question before the last. Complete the sentence with the correct form of the words in brackets. Our school is opposite to the bank. Of course, the right preposition is next. Next to the bank. I like these TVs, but I think the smart TV are the better. No, it's the best. This museum is amazed. This museum is amazing. We describe something, we use the adjective that ends with ing. I have ever traveled by plane. I don't like traveling by plane. I have never traveled by plane because I don't like traveling by plane. So the right answer is I have never. You should stay up late. Of course, we shouldn't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. This is the end of the questions. Now to the paragraph. Write a review of 110 words on a problem that you had with technology. Let's read together the model answer so as to be a training for you for these kinds of paragraphs. A problem that I had with technology. We all know that technology is very important these days. This is introduction. It helps us a lot in our daily life. However, sometimes there are some problems with some items of technology. I bought a microwave as a present for my parents. They were not very happy with it. It looks good in the kitchen and the delivery was quick. However, when they used it, the food did not cook very well. It was horrible. I sent it back and will buy a different one. So we must take care when we buy any item of technology, and we must buy these items from a trusted company. This is, my dear student, the end of the first exam. Let's go to the second model exam. Bahir is talking, it starts as usual with the dialogue. Bahir is talking to an assistant at a mobile phone center. Hello, how can I help you? Hello, how can I change this mobile? Nothing wrong, but its memory is small. So here, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Nothing wrong, but its memory is small. Oh, with a 64 GB memory. It has the memory is, it has a memory, this phone, this it has a memory with has a memory with a 64 GB or gigabytes memory. It has, or your phone has. Okay, it's good, but I need a bigger memory. I think you would prefer the black one. Yes, that's what I want. Question here and answer. About extra £200. How much should I pay? How much how much should I pay? About extra £200. Here the Bahir will say, here you are. Here you are. The money. Okay. Now to the second question. We have the words read and complete the text with words from the following list. Words, were, close, burn, special, freeze. Most people can choose that they were each day. many people or most people can choose the clothes that they wear each day, but in some jobs, you must wear clothes, of course, special clothes. Special clothes, for example, firefighter must wear clothes that are made of special material that does not burn. If you are a doctor, you should sometimes wear special clothes and masks that stop you from becoming ill. Here are the answers. Let's make it them red. So we will read it again. Most people can choose the clothes that they wear each day, but in some jobs you must wear special clothes. For example, firefighter must wear clothes that are made of a special material that does not burn. If you are a doctor, you should sometimes wear special clothes and masks that stop you from becoming ill. Now let's go to the second part, that is the reading passage. Back in 1900, a man was trying to sell sausages in the streets of New York. He boiled them and then kept them hot in a tank of hot water. Nobody was very interested until he started to shout, "Get your hot dachshund sausages here." Dachshund is a long dog which looks something like a sausages. As a result, he sold many more of his sausages. A newspaper reporter took a photograph of the sausage seller holding one of his sausages for a story in his paper. But he wasn't sure to spell dachshund. That was a German word. So he called it a hot dog instead. And that's how the name started. The same salesman lent a pair of white gloves to his customers to hold the hot sausages with, but somebody forgot to give him back the gloves. So went to a baker and asked him to make him some long pieces of bread to hold the hot dog in. This was such a perfect combination, remained unchanged ever since. Here to the questions. We wear gloves on our heads, in our hands, to protect our faces, in our legs, of course, in our hands. The underlined word perfect means good, bad, not good, not nice. Of course, perfect means good. Anne made the bread for the hot dog. A reporter, a salesperson, a baker, a customer. If we return back, we will see that the right answer is a baker, to baker. So he went to a baker and asked him to make him some long pieces of bread. So the right answer, a baker. Put a suitable title for this passage. I think the suitable answer is the history of sausages. The history of sausages. Why did the reporter call it a hot dog? If we return to the passage, we will see that a newspaper reporter took a photograph of the sausage seller holding one of his sausages for a story in his paper, but he wasn't sure to spell dachshund. Dachshund, dachshund, this is the name of, so he called it a hot dog instead, because so he wasn't sure to spell dachshund, so he called it hot dog instead. So why did the reporter call it hot dog? Here is the answer. He wasn't sure to spell dachshund, so he called it a hot dog instead. What is a dachshund? This is a dachshund is a long dog which looks like something like, yes. Here is the answer for the second, the last question. Now to the multiple choice. Buying an old car can be a risky business. The opposite of risky is safe, security, dangerous, both A and B. If we look to the words safe and security, they have a similar meaning, aman. So the right answer is both A and B. The word kind is similar to meaning as unkind, unfriendly, friendly, frightened. Of course, friendly. The word kind is similar to in meaning as friendly. We get the antonym for understanding by adding to the beginning. Misunderstanding, or DIS, or IM, or UN, of course, misunderstanding. To make an adjective from the verb music, we add Y, AL, ING, FUL. Of course, we say musical, musical. So the right answer, B. The part of a competition when there are only 8 teams or people in it is called quarter final, top 10, final, semi-final. Of course, quarter final, quarter final. Put this medicine on your arm and rub it into your skin. It will inhibit the infection. What does inhibit mean? Is it block or slow down? Help to do something important? Burn you, harm you? Of course, block and slow down. To the second question. Yes. Can you walk when you were 2 years old? Here we are talking about something in the past, so we use could you. Could you? Could you walk when you were 2 years old? We have yet designed the bridge, but we haven't finished it yet. We have already designed the bridge. Jamil's was frightened when he saw the snake in the street. Jamil was frightened. Either Alexandria and Port Said are on the Mediterranean Sea. Both. When does this plane arrive? When does is followed by the base verb, so arrive. Last question is the paragraph. Write a review on 110 on Egyptian handicrafts. This is one of the expected subjects in your final exam, so I want you to take care of this kind of subjects. Egypt is famous for its beautiful handicrafts, such as making puts, leather industry, making carpets, and making ceramics. Many people earn money by making these handicrafts. They are of high quality and they are sold for good prices. People can buy beautiful wooden boxes for jewelry. They are decorated with shells in traditional designs. They are made by artists near the coast. Also, the leather industry is one of the oldest in Egypt, and our bags are the best quality. There are many different types of puts in different colors for homes. Egypt has a long history of making beautiful carpets. Now, this is the end of our second model exam, my dear students, with the model answers. I hope you have get the benefits of these model exams, and I want you to study them carefully, study the answers, and take care of every part of the model answers. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. Till we meet again in another video, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.